Hello friends, here now I am going to start a new topic, that is principal stresses and strains. In the previous video we have seen thermal stresses. See here a very important topic, principal stresses and strains. We have studied the effect of simple stresses which were either normal or tangential, acting on a particular plane only. Most of the cases in the actual members, more complex condition of stresses are developed. In this topic, we study the analytical and graphical method to find the stresses acting on an inclined plane of the member subjected to combined stresses. The plane on which the normal stress or the shear stress reaches their maximum intensity have particularly significant, significant effect on the materials. See the different definition. What is by principal plane? You can see this diagram. A, B, C, D is given. This is plane A, B, C, D is given. See here, sigma x is acting in a horizontal direction, towards left, towards right. Sigma y is acting upward. Here, sigma y is acting downward. The plane on which the only normal stresses acts and no shear stress is called as principal plane. See the plane AB, you can see this is the plane AB, this one is BC, this one is CD, and this one is AD. Carries only normal stress and no shear stress. These planes are called as principal planes. Then what is by principal stress? The magnitude of normal stress acting on the principal plane is called as principal stress. Major principal stress. It is the maximum value of normal stress acting on the principal plane, and you can say it is the maximum intensity of direct stress. What is by minor principal stress? It is the minimum value of normal stress acting on the principal plane, and you can say it is the minimum intensity of direct stress. The next, major principal plane. A plane which carries the major principal stress is called as major principal plane. What is by minor principal plane? A plane which carries the minor principal stress is called as minor principal plane. What is by resultant stress? You can see this diagram here. The x-axis section is given. Parallel to this x-axis, the tangential stress is acting. Perpendicular to this x-axis section, you can see the perpendicular to this tangent. Sigma n is there, that is normal. You can see this one is a sigma r, that is resultant stress. Here phi is given, that is angle of obliquity. See, the resultant of normal stress and the tangential stress is called as resultant stress. It is denoted by sigma r. So sigma r is equal to under root of sigma n square plus sigma t square. Sigma n is normal stress and sigma t is tangential stress. Angle of obliquity. You can see here, this one is your phi, angle of obliquity. This is your tangential stress, that is sigma t. This is a normal stress, that is sigma n. And this one is sigma r, that is resultant stress. The angle made by the resultant stress with the normal stress is called as angle of obliquity, and it is denoted by phi. So here the formula is tan phi is equal to sigma t upon sigma n. See, different stresses on an oblique section of a body. There are some different cases. For the determination of stress on the oblique section of a body, These are the cases. The first case, that is member subjected to the axial stress. The another case, member subjected to normal stresses in two mutually perpendicular directions. Third one is member subjected to shear stress. Fourth one, member subjected to normal stresses in two mutually perpendicular direction accomplished by a simple shear stress. See, different cases are there. Here is the first case, member subjected to axial stresses. See, here just I am explaining you the formulas. Not need to give that much time to explain each and every equation. Here I will give you the direct formulas. You can see this diagram. A, B, C and D planes are given. This one is the inclined plane, that is AE. P is acting in the horizontal direction. You can see here P is acting here. You can see this diagram. Now this section is separated. Here sigma n is acting. You can see sigma t, that is tangential. You can see here normal stress is here. This one is a tangential stress. This one is a theta. You can see this theta. Here you can see that theta. Here you can see the formulas. Type 1, when member is subjected to uniaxial force system, normal stress is equal to sigma n. Sigma n is equal to sigma x cos square theta. Tangential stress, sigma t is equal to sigma x by 2 sin 2 theta. Resultant stress is equal to sigma r is equal to under root of sigma n square plus sigma t square. And as we know that angle of obliquity is phi is equal to tan inverse of sigma t upon sigma n. You can solve problem by using these simple formulas. You can see a steel bar of rectangular section is 50 mm wide and 40 mm thick. It is subjected to axial pull of 100 kN. Calculate normal, tangential and resultant stresses on the section. Incline at 30 degree to the cross section of the bar. So each and everything is given in the diagram. Px is given, the angle is given, dimensions are given. Just by using the simple formulas. See, you know the normal stress, how to calculate normal stress. The formula is given, that is sigma x into cos square theta. Tangential stress, sigma x by 2 sin 2 theta. Resultant stress is equal to under root of sigma n square plus sigma t square. And tan phi is equal to sigma t upon sigma n. Here I am not explaining you the problem because just by using the formulas, you have to solve this problem. See, the derivation for each and every formula is given in the e-content also. Here the important thing is Mohr circle. So I am not giving that much time to explain the derivation of the formulas. Another case, that is member subjected to the normal stress into mutually perpendicular direction. Here you can say, in this case, sigma x is here, but in this direction, sigma y is acting. Here you can see the sigma y. So member subjected to the normal stresses into two mutually perpendicular direction. Here you can see the sigma x. Here you can see the sigma y. The angle is given, that is theta. Planes are given. Here I am not explaining you the detailed derivations, just giving you the list of formulas. Because we have list of formulas. See, for the normal stress. Now the formula is sigma x plus sigma y by 2 plus sigma x minus sigma y by 2 cos 2 theta. That is the formula for mutually perpendicular directions, stresses on two mutually perpendicular direction. Sigma t, that is shear stress, is equal to sigma x minus sigma y by 2 sin 2 theta. Resultant stress, that is sigma r, is equal to under root of sigma n square plus sigma t square. Maximum shear stress, that is tau max, is equal to sigma x minus sigma y by 2. See, please highlight each and every formula. Here I am going to explain you one very important point, that is Morse circle. So very important method, that is Morse circle method. You can see the graphical method of finding principal stresses, normal and tangential and resultant stresses with the help of circle is called as Morse circle method. That's why I have given direct formulas to you, because in our syllabus we have Morse circle method also. In this method, direct stress, that is sigma, is represented on x-axis, shear stress tau on y-axis, tensile direct stress is taken on positive x-axis, compressive direct stress on negative x-axis, shear stress produce clockwise movement in the element is considered positive and anti-clockwise movement is negative. See, center of circle is found by C, that is sigma x minus sigma y by 2. I will explain you the diagram also, so don't worry. Where sigma x and sigma y are the direct stresses. The radius of circle r is equal to under root of sigma x minus sigma y by 2 bracket square plus tau square. In Morse circle, the angle between the planes will be represented by the double angle. I will explain you the diagram also. See here, when circle drawn from center C with radius r, it cuts x-axis at point A and B, where the shear stress is 0 and the angle between AOB is equal to 180 degree, but the angle between two principal plane is 90 degree. At point A and B, since there is no shear stress, OA and OB represents principal stresses. Radius of circle indicates maximum shear stress, which is located at 2 theta with respect to x-axis, that is at 2 into 45 degree is equal to 90 degree. See this diagram. Morse circle for like stresses. You can see sigma x is here. This is a sigma y. How to draw Morse circle? You can see this. Step 1, select the coordinate system representing direct and shear stress on x and y axis respectively, with origin at 0. You can see the O, that is origin point. On the x-axis, you have taken stress. On the y-axis, we have taken tau. This is your horizontal axis. This one is your vertical axis, perpendicular to each other. Here we have taken shear stress. Here we have taken direct stress. The next step, locate point A and B on x-axis. See here, point A. This one is your point B. So here sigma x is equal to, you can see sigma x is equal to OA, sigma y is equal to OB. So in the second step, you have to locate sigma x, that is OA. You have to locate point A. Now, another thing, you have to locate sigma y here, that is B. Now, the next step, bisect the line AB at point C. Now, you have the distance AB. You have to take center point of AB. You can bisect. So, you will get point C. Now, draw a circle with radius CA or CB from center C. See, first of all, you have to draw x-axis, then y-axis. After that, you have to locate OA is equal to sigma x, OB is equal to sigma y. Now, we have AB distance, A to B distance. You have to bisect AB. You have to take a center point of AB, that is C. After getting C, take a radius is equal to AC, or you can say you can take radius CB, and you have to draw the circle. Now we have circle. Now the next step, fifth step, draw a line CD at an angle 2 theta with the axis. See, theta will be given to you. You have to draw 2 into theta. From C, the angle will be this, that is 2 theta. It will intersect the circle. That point is D. Now this one is your D point. After that, draw a perpendicular DE from D on the x-axis. This represents tangential stress. See here. From D point, you have to draw the vertical line. That is sigma T, that is a tangential stress. Join the OD, which represents resultant stress. Now you can draw O to D, that represent resultant stress. See it. OD, that is resultant stress, that is sigma R. The angle is phi. You can see this angle of obliquity. This is the method of Mohr circle. Sometimes the value will be negative. The conditions are same. Here you can see sigma X, that is positive, but here sigma Y, that is compressive. So compressive, you have to take in the minus direction. Here they have taken sigma Y. This one is a sigma X. So you have points A to B. You have to look at point C, means you have to bisect AB at point C. Then you have to draw the circle. On the circle, you have to draw 2 theta from point C. The angle CD, see this line CD, angle ACD, that is 2 theta. Vertical line shows tangential stress. This line shows you the resultant stress. Origin to D point shows a resultant stress. And this horizontal line, means O to E line, shows normal stress. Already I told you the formulas. Stresses on two mutually perpendicular direction. These are the formulas for stresses on two mutually perpendicular directions. By using analytical method, you can calculate normal stress, shear stress, resultant stress, and maximum stress. Similarly, by using graphical method, by using Mohr circle, you can calculate similar values of normal stress, shear stress, resultant stress, and maximum shear stress. Here I explained you the different formulas, analytical method also, as well as graphical methods. You can solve n number of problems. Here one more important point, member subjected to the shear stress. That is very important point, member subjected to the shear stress. See here, you can see member subjected to normal stress into mutually perpendicular direction, accompanied by simple shear stress. You can see here tau is there. You can see the shear stress tau parallel to this plane AB. Here you can say parallel to CD. Here you can see tau. Here you will get the parallel to this. Here you will get parallel to this. So for this, we have some formulas. Member subjected to direct stresses on two mutually perpendicular plane accompanied with shear stress. See, for the normal stress, formula is sigma x plus sigma y by 2 plus sigma x minus sigma y by 2 cos 2 theta plus tau sine 2 theta. And for tangential stress, sigma t is equal to sigma x minus sigma y by 2 into sine 2 theta minus tau cos 2 theta. Here I'm explaining you the Mohr circle method for the third case. Means if shear stress is given, tau will be given to you. Then first select the coordinate system representing direct stress on x-axis and shear stress on y-axis with origin at O. That already we know that. Locate point P and Q. OP is the equal to sigma x and OQ is equal to sigma y. So you can see here O to P see here sigma x O to P. This one is P. You can see OQ, that is sigma y. O to Q, that is sigma y. Next, locate point R and S. That is very, very important. See the point R and S. So this one is your R and this one is your S. We know that we have distance P and Q points we have. You have to draw a vertical line here. And from Q, you have to draw this line. Now you have to draw the angle 2 theta. You will get point R and S intersecting point, that is This one is R, this one is S. See here, join RS intersecting the x-axis at point C. You can see this R and S. You can see this R and S. CP is equal to CQ is equal to sigma x minus sigma y by 2. CP, C point C, C to P. We have here C to Q. Is nothing but sigma x minus sigma y by 2. Take C as a center and radius R is equal to CR is equal to CS. Draw a circle. This circle called Mohr stress circle. So radius of circle R is equal to under root of sigma x minus sigma y upon 2 whole bracket square plus tau square. You can see here C2S and C2R. By taking this radius, you have to draw a circle. This one is your circle. We have A point on the x-axis. You will get B point on the y-axis. See here, the circle intersect x-axis at point A and B where shear stress is 0. The OA represents major principal stress and OB represents minor principal stress. So you can see OA represents major principal stress and OB represents minor principal stress. Location of principal plane, that is angle PCR is equal to 2 theta 1, angle PCS, that is 2 theta 2, where theta 1 is the angle of major principal plane and theta 2 is the angle of minor principal plane. So you can see here 2 theta 2, this one is 2 theta 1. CD is the perpendicular at C, gives maximum positive shear stress, and CE represent maximum negative shear stress. CD, C point C to D, C to D, that is maximum shear stress. Here C to E negative, this one is a positive shear stress. Find the stresses on inclined plane at an angle theta with respect to LM plane. Mark point on circle at an angle 2 theta from center of the circle. Draw the perpendicular from x-axis to point F, say FG. Join O to F. From Mohr circle, O to G is the normal stress on plane LM. GF is the tangential stress on plane. OF is the resultant stress of plane LM, and angle FOG is the angle of obliquity. You can see here. This one is your F point, F to O, that is resultant stress. This one is a tangential stress. O to G, that is normal stress. You can see here. So this is the Mohr circle method for member subjected to stress in the mutually perpendicular axis accompanied by a shear stress. Here the resultant stress sigma r is equal to under root of sigma n square plus sigma t square. Angle of obliquity phi is equal to tan inverse of sigma t upon sigma n. Normal strain is equal to sigma n upon E minus sigma mu sigma t upon E. Tangential strain is equal to sigma Et is equal to sigma t upon E minus mu into sigma n upon E. This is the negative shear stress. This one is the positive shear stress. This is a sign convention for shear stress. It is also very, very important. So graphical methods of Mohr circle is also important. Analytical method by using formula and graphical method by using Mohr circle method. Different conditions are given. Here the another condition, that is principal plane and stresses. That is sigma n1 is equal to sigma x plus sigma y by 2 under root of sigma x minus sigma y upon 2 bracket square plus tau square. Here for minus stress, only the change in sign instead of plus. Here will be a minus. Again, minor principal stress is equal to sigma n2 is equal to sigma x plus sigma y by 2 minus under root of sigma x minus sigma y by 2 bracket square plus tau square. Formula for location of principal plane, tan to theta is equal to 2 tau upon sigma x minus sigma y. Maximum shear stress tau max is equal to sigma n1 minus sigma n2 by 2. Location of a plane of maximum shear stress, theta is equal to theta plus 45 degree, the theta not plus 35 degree, 45 degree. Major principal plane E1 is also given. Minor principal plane E2 is also given. See, each and every condition is given for Mohr circle, for graphical method. Graphical method is also given. How to draw Mohr circle method, that already I explained you. So this is the principal stress and strain. So different cases are there. By using the formula, you can solve the method. Numerical on Mohr circle method, there will be a Mohr circle for pure shear, pure biaxial tension, pure uniaxial compression, pure uniaxial tension. Different solutions are there. For pure shear, you can see this diagram. This is for pure shear. You can see this diagram, state of pure shear. And here you can see the Mohr circle. 2 max is here. This one is your x-axis. This one is your y-axis. A, B points are given and Q is here. You can see Q. Origin point is here. That is state of pure shear. Here you can see the pure biaxial tension. Sigma x and sigma y is given. Here sigma on x-axis, Q on y-axis. That is the state of biaxial tension. You can see the Mohr circle. The next, pure uniaxial compression. You can see here, this is only pure uniaxial compression. Sigma x is given. You can see here. Q max is here. pure uniaxial tension. Here sigma x, that is uniaxial tension. You can see this diagram, that is Mohr circle. So different condition for Mohr circle shown to you. So here we completed principal stresses and strains by using analytical as well as graphical method. The next video we will see the next topic. Thank you very much.